So we're going to take a look at this video here from Sanford. A truck collided with a utility pole, then caught fire this afternoon. It happened on Route 109. Investigators say the driver of the truck was taken to the hospital, but there's no word on his condition. As for the fire, it did not stay with the truck. It spread and ultimately claimed about an acre of woods. Keith's here now with the weather. We were just talking about the lack of rain and how come fall we may be in a drought situation. Looks like we're already seeing some effects.
Yeah, we're going in that direction. That sometimes is the price of what we perceive as nice weather, right?
No rain.
You have these stretches without much rain, and we're going to have another one coming up here. Right now, temperatures in the 70s for the most part. We sea breeze pretty hard in Portland at 73 degrees. We're sitting at 75 in Hollis and Freiburg, down from the mid-80s to 72. They probably caught one of those showers that we have floating around. Same situation across northern Maine. And there's a couple of those showers floating through parts of Oxford County. And these have been in New Hampshire. This type of flare-up of showers has happened all week in New Hampshire. And it was just today that some of these drifted into Maine. There's some heavy downpours with some of these, some lightning as well. Generally, though, not a lot of coverage for these showers and storms, so most of us are in good shape this afternoon and into tonight. Temperatures largely spent in the 60s this evening. We do officially drop down to the 50s, but it's after midnight, and then into the early morning hours we're back into the upper 60s. It's an interesting day because you wake up tomorrow morning, it's 8 a.m. in Portland, we're 69, 70 degrees. You would think that would mean we could get to 90 or something, but the onshore flow limits that. So even though we start at 70, we end up at 78 or something similar to that. Down East Maine is probably in the mid 70s. Inland 80 to 85. There is an outside chance for a shower. You can see those little green dots out there. I don't think there are many of them. I didn't bother putting it in the 7-day forecast. Most of us are dry. And then we're into Sunday, and that's the warmer of the 2 weekend days. I do want to stress, though, I don't think that Sunday is oppressively hot. There will be times in the middle of the day into the afternoon in a place like Freiburg where we likely get to 90 or so. 88 to 91 should do it inland. I think the coast, this model is overdoing the sea breeze. We're likely at least into the 80s there, probably into the mid 80s, and then we sea breeze back down in the afternoon. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday all look hot to me because this ridge hangs on and there's no real weather that comes through until at least Wednesday afternoon. And so we don't have anything cooling us down. The air mass doesn't change. It keeps building on itself as overnight lows are warmer and then daytime highs get a little bit warmer too. And the humidity comes up during that time period. So you'll watch these temperature trend up here. And earlier in the week, if you were with me, I was showing this chart. It's model data, and I was saying I think it's too cool. It was giving us 86, 87, 88. And it has reacted, I think appropriately, to the fact that it's going to be quite hot here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then probably our front comes through on Thursday and things settle down. But, it may cool down for a few days. I think our large-scale pattern is pretty hot. So we're probably going to go back to it. I realize 95 is a big number, and not everyone gets it, but I think they'll be around Monday, Tuesday, and maybe even some 96, 97s around too. So yeah, quite hot. Pop-up thunderstorm on Tuesday. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Better chance of storms Wednesday afternoon. That's when most of us will get back into a substantial chance of at least some rain.
Right.
But that's really it for the next 7 days or so.
Not a bad stretch.
Yep.
Thanks, Keith.